Hey guys, what's up? It's Justin, aka Diego. Sorry I haven't put out a video in a long time. Just, I'm just fucking lazy. There, I said it. Done story. I'm just lazy. I haven't done a video in a while. I did want to update you guys on what's going on in my world. Sorry if you guys could hear by fan, but if you don't know by now, I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's fucking hot as shit. So yeah, I'm gonna have my fan on. Yeah, it's fucking, my balls are sweating. So I wanted to update you guys on what's going on in my world. I am going to be full-time prot now. I have been for the past week or so, about 2 weeks actually, two last raid clears. And so you're going to be seeing a lot more prot videos. Basically, you know, I like to fill whatever role my guild needs. I was ret because my guild needed me to be ret. They didn't need, you know, tanks at the current time. You know, now my guild needs tanks, so now I'm tanking. Pretty plain and simple. And with that, I wanted to touch on the fact that with the threat changes that came out, I'm sure all you guys know by now, you know, they buffed threat significantly to the point where it's to a point where tanks don't really have to worry about it. It's in a really good place, and basically it's almost face roll, where well, it is face roll, where you just smash your face on the keyboard and boom, you have threat. I didn't like this change at first because me personally, I like to be able to distinguish between good tanks and bad tanks on two factors. One, how well they were, you know, surviving, if they're using cooldowns properly at, you know, burst damage times, because in PvE everything's set, you know, when burst damage is coming, so you should be have cooldowns saved up, cooldowns ready for those heavy damage portions of the fight. So I would gauge a tank on how well he was surviving using cooldowns, and also his threat generation, if he could hold threat while he was doing all of his other stuff, you know, being able to micromanage cooldowns and do a proper threat rotation. But now that threat is basically out of the equation, you don't really have to worry about it. It's nice now that I actually see the goal of what Blizzard's doing. It's nice because now we don't have to worry about threat stats at all. I mean, take any expertise you have, and you know, if you haven't done it already, you reforge it. Any hit, if you haven't done it already, you can reforge it to a better survivability stat. So yeah, survivability stats really took a dive. They really don't mean anything now, but it's good because now did I say I meant threat stats? I think I said survivability stats. Threat stats mean nothing now, but it's good because now we get to focus on the sole purpose of which we all should have been in the first place, but now it's just more apparent that we get to focus on staying alive, survivability, and that should be a tank's #1 goal. And that's going to be the big factor to distinguish good tanks and bad tanks. Is this tank staying alive? Is he using his cooldowns properly? Is he doing this? He's doing this. Now, what I just learned from lore, if you guys don't know lore from Tank Spot, I don't know what hole you live in, but he just said, and I you know, he's a reliable source, so I trust him, but he said that it's just the first part of changes that Blizzard's planning on doing for tanks. He says what they're planning on doing long term is, right now they have, you know, say they have, you know, a good amount of mitigation, say whatever, but he says what they're going to do is they're going to reduce the amount of damage mitigation they have later. But what they're going to do is they're going to give every class a way to make their mitigation the same that it is now through some form of rotation sustainment, meaning that you have to do your rotation properly. You probably have to hit a button every so often to bring your mitigation, your damage reduction back up to where it is now. But what they're going to do is basically, so right now if you're standing and you're not hitting any buttons and you just let a boss hit you, you're going to take whatever, you're going to take damage, but in the patch where they're supposed to quote-unquote nerf tanks mitigation, you're going to take more damage if you're just staying there. But if you're doing a proper rotation, when the quote-unquote nerf comes in, you're going to be taking the same damage as you do currently on live. So hopefully I explained that. He explained it a lot better if you guys haven't seen his new PST on Tank Spot, but he explained it a lot better. So basically, mitigation is going down, but if you do a proper rotation, aka survivability rotation, you'll be able to have the same mitigation that you have currently on live. That's what he said. I trust him. You know, he's a reliable source. Lore's lore. Lore's a you know, really smart guy, and usually he's on top of his A game. Last but not least, I want to let you guys go with one last question. I want to know what you guys are going to sport once the patch comes out for transmodification medication. The transformation from new gear to old gear. What are you guys gonna sport? Now that I'm full-time prot, I personally am gonna go with tier 6 look with the bulwark from Illidan and the probably the main hand off of Archimon, whatever his name is. Probably that weapon, because that was best in slot back in the day in BC. If I find a cooler weapon, the ones in Firelands weapons look pretty cool, so I might just leave a Firelands weapon on. But what are you guys gonna sport? If I was still red, I'd definitely go with tier 2. But I think with the bulwark, which is my personal favorite shield off of Illidan, bulwark of Azeroth, something like that. It's my personal favorite shield. With that shield in the tier 6, I think that just ties that set. That's the best shield in the game, and it just ties that set together so nicely. So that's probably what I'm gonna rock. What are you guys gonna rock? My third choice would be, and you might laugh at this, but it would be the tier 5 Crystal Forge set, the pink Power Ranger set. Yes, believe it or not. Not because I think it looks cool, because I think it looks fucking hilariously hideous. Yes, I said that right. Hilariously hideous. So just to get some lulls, I think would be funny. But what are you guys gonna wear? But that's all I got for you guys. Let's catch you guys next time. Thanks for bearing with me, and have a good day. Late.